Hey everyone and welcome back to the Sports Zection. Yes, a little bit of a wish version of a channel right now because we are on the road for quite a while, but who cares? Chelsea are playing, so we're getting here a Chelsea review. Apologies for no live stream again. I don't think the internet would have been stable if we did a live stream, but we won the game. We won the game. Christopher Nkunku scored a goal in the 86th minute. We won the game 1-0 against Bournemouth. We also finally kept a clean sheet. Now, all in all, this was a very, very bad performance by Chelsea. 19 shots for Bournemouth, 10 shots for Chelsea, 7 shots on target for Bournemouth, only 3 for Chelsea. Yes, possession-wise, we were dominating, just like 98% of the games. Okay, that doesn't mean much, because what's the point of having the ball if you don't do anything with it? More on that specific thing a little bit later. All in all, not a great game. Yellow cards galore. I mean, Anthony Taylor, you bold fraud. You're incredible. 15 yellow cards. Both managers got booked as well. I mean, this was absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand how this guy still has a job as a referee in the Premier League and even gets European games as well. He's an absolutely joke of a referee, and every time he referees a Chelsea game, he's honestly, even if he were trying to hide it, he does a horrible job. He does a horrible job hiding the fact that he basically hates Chelsea. Let's be honest, basically hates Chelsea. Anyways, let's start. So I did miss the screenshot for halftime, but this was the 54th minute. The heat map was, unchanged. So Bournemouth were a bit all over the place, right? They did not have anything close to what we were trying to do throughout the whole game. But again, this is the same pattern we've seen before, right? Why aren't we seeing more presence here in their half? We've seen that in the past as well. The thing here is that football is simple. Football is a simple game. We are just complicating things, overcomplicating things. Why are we not taking more risks here, closer to their box? I don't care if you're risking it here, far from our goal. I'd rather you start dribbling here, trying to do some stuff near their goal, than playing from the back while you're under pressure, making silly mistakes like the Fofana Sanchez penalty. What was the guy doing? Sleeping? Just doesn't make much sense. I want more presence in the opposition half, especially when we're playing, let's say, teams outside the top 6, outside the top half of the table. Maybe I don't know if they're still top half or not, but you get what I'm saying here. We should be taking more risks. Once you take more risks on the opposite side of the pitch, you will probably start to score more goals and force the opposition to make many, many more mistakes. If we continue to take more risks here, right, in our half, in front of our back four, then we will continue to concede silly mistakes. All in all, the first half was a weak half. I know everybody's blaming Disasi. Disasi is a center back, not a right back. So you're playing him out of position, and yet everybody blames Disasi. I was looking at the game. Yes, okay, it wasn't that great. But can someone explain to me how Bournemouth were slicing through our midfield all the time? Why is nobody talking about that, right? In the first half, I'm talking here purely about the first half, yet everybody has an agenda. Oh, Disasi this, Disasi that. We have no other right backs. Who are we going to play? Josh Ashankpong is too young, and I probably think he wouldn't be doing a better job. So yeah, Disasi played right back. Big deal. Anyways, moving on here then with regards to the touches. 433 for Chelsea, 265 for Bournemouth. And again, the same thing. Our center backs are having a lot of the ball. In this case, actually, Disasi has quite a lot of the ball. Usually it's Colwill with the majority of the touches, or at least way more than all the rest. But this just show you again, the back four or sometimes back five. Well, back five, you take Renato Vega as part of the defense structure, let's say. I would like to have midfielders a little bit more up front. I know that means that the back four will get less of a security as a bodyguard, although I think Caicedo did an amazing job, a Kante-esque type of job. Even with Vega next to him, I just don't think this is Vega's best position. Didn't play bad, but I don't think it's his best position. Yes, could we have played Kukurea as right back and Vega as left back? Could very well be. Could very well be. But yeah, all in all, it's about the same, right? It's always our defenders having a lot of the ball. I don't like it. I rather have our midfielders have the ball and our wingers and striker getting a little bit more touches, because that would mean that we're putting the opposition a bit more under pressure. Every time we are playing here in our own half, one silly mistake, we've seen that in the past as well, one silly mistake and we concede. And it's not like we had margins of error here. No, it was 0-0 until the 86th minute. Anyways, moving to full time, about the same, right? Fofana with 109 touches. I mean, it's the same thing here. Caicedo actually has the second highest. So tremendous game by him, very, very strong, despite him joining the team quite late. I think Caicedo is turning into the machine that we want him to be, but I don't think he'll be able to do this on his own. So thank God Romeo Lavia is coming back from injury, and hopefully he doesn't get injured anymore, because I do think that a Lavia-Caicedo type of partnership is exactly what we need. That way we can deploy the likes of Palmer, Madueke, Sancho more forward and put their focus on dribbling, putting pressure on the opposition, scoring goals, assisting, crosses, etc., etc. So yeah, that's basically that. Here, if we look at the heat map, here we're seeing a little bit more, right? Here suddenly the heat map has increased in the opposition half, but the same for Bournemouth. Although this time you can see we advanced way more here. Halftime change, Neto, again, weak game from him, same as last time. Tweaked it at halftime, Sancho came on, and this is all Sancho, by the way. If you look, this right here, 45 minutes, purely Sancho. So quite an impact, and of course, he assisted the goal. Nkunku, great, again, substitution. I do think that Nkunku should deserve to start a little bit more. He does bring a little bit more presence, in my opinion. Jackson, I think we could use him, like I said before, could use him a little bit more outside the box if we need another left winger, and then we can maybe deploy Sancho somewhere else, or Neto as a right winger, maybe rest Madueke a little bit so he does not get injured. So yeah, there are definitely options, but we can see here again the same presence, right? You can see this here. All of this presence is Disasi, Fofana, Caicedo. And remember, Disasi did not play the whole game. Fofana then went on to be a sort of right back. Tosin came on to calm the game a little bit, which I really like to see. I would like to see Tosin a little bit more, to be honest. If it were up to him, he would be starting, but it's not. But anyways, we can see once Sancho came on, we put more pressure here. He likes to take the defenders basically one-on-one. Everybody has yellow cards, so it becomes really, really difficult to manage that game as well for the managers, for the players. But I think Sancho did extremely well. I mean, when you can get the likes of Nkunku, Felix, Sancho off your bench, it's really a luxury, right? We did not have that luxury last season, but we do have it this season. But yeah, of course, there's also the aspect of the international break, players coming back a little bit late, not playing with each other for 2 weeks, playing with other teammates, etc., etc. So the first game back after the international break was never going to be an easy one. Of course, we would have loved to win that game 3-0, 5-0, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? If you win the game 1-0 or 10-0, yes, the goal difference maybe is better, but it's 3 points at the end of the game. And look at the score, 1-0 for Chelsea. That's also 3 points. Sancho, assist, man of the match. I think he's going to start the next game. I think Nkunku will start the next game. Palmer, for example, I did not like what I saw from Palmer a lot during the game. A lot of whining, a lot of Bruno Fernandes type of things. Whining, complaining. This is not just purely for Palmer, by the way. This is everyone. When the ball is still in play, if the ref did not blow the whistle, do not stop running. Do not suddenly turn your back. Do not start complaining to the ref, because that's the moments that the opposition are like, oh, actually, 2 players just stopped to complain to the ref. So we can counter now. I've seen this time and time again, right? Palmer loses the ball or another player loses the ball, and then suddenly Palmer complains or Madueke complains or Jackson complains. So they stop running, but the play continues. It's stupid. It's stupid, it's childish. Maybe they learn with experience. Also, the complaining things to the ref. If you're not the captain, don't complain. I don't understand how it's not already in their heads. It's a new rule, don't complain or you get a yellow card. So yeah, overall, it wasn't a great game. Let's be honest, it's 3 points, very important points, that's fine. Clean sheet away from home, great, but let's be honest, we're Chelsea, we should be doing better, and hopefully next game we're doing much better, and so on and so forth. But yeah, 3 points, it's 3 points. The performances should be better. Look at the players that we have this season compared to last season. I mean, it's a complete different team, different bench. So we now have the luxury to ask for help off the bench. But yeah, against Bournemouth and stuff like that, I don't think we should be suffering like this. But like the thumbnail says, 3 points, that's all. That's the most important one. We move on, up the Chels. If you like these types of videos, like, subscribe, do all of that. And I see you all in the next one.